Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be trying to build a stunt jet ski that is actually proportional, which I think is going to be the main challenge. This idea comes from Captive Ellis, who says, just do what you did with a stunt snowmobile, but with a jet ski during max waves. So the waves are going to be our jumps for stunts, and this isn't even max waves. We're going to turn it on intense. Oh my goodness. And the waves get a lot more intense, as you can see. So we do have a new part that I'm gonna use for this jet ski, which is this propeller. I think it's actually going to help out a lot having this propeller, because before we would have had to use something like this. But I think, wait, how much power does that? This is a 500 power. This is 250. But we can here we go. Now we have 500 power. Actually, we should let me test this out real quick. Does two of these really equal one of these? Let's look at aerodynamics. So we need, we need float. Let's get some float. How much mass is this? 12.5 kilograms. This is, so these are actually, whoa, that's impressive. So this is 12.5 kilograms, and one of these is also 12.5 kilograms. So it's interesting how much more space this one takes up. It's going to be hard to have a perfectly controlled test, because the center of thrust, I assume, is in the center of this, whereas the center of thrust, I assume, is in the center of this. But if we match up these centers of thrust as close as we can, then we get extra hydrodynamics under here, which actually we can just add the thing here. I'm just gonna put some gyros to keep this upright. This is just a super bare bones test. And you know what? I got an idea. I think, but these are centered. Oh, this is hard to test because the center attachment is different. All right, but here's my plan. I just want to get a vibe, okay? This is not a very controlled test at all. My goal is, I just have them on my vehicle, and I got two different controls for each. So W will control, not W, shift will control those. Okay, it's not centered. This is centered. It kind of feels like it's gonna be this. Oh, you know what? Here, we can center it like this. Okay, now there's no attachment point there. All right, hold on. This is so hard to test. All right, now we've got center of thrust. Okay, so shift. Why are we? All right, we need stability. We just got terrible aerodynamics up here. Really thought this test was gonna be quicker. All right, here we go. Now we go straight. 39 kilometers an hour with the smaller propellers, and then with the outboard engine, 39 kilometers an hour. All right. Seems like 2 of one adds up to 1 of the other, which makes perfect sense. They also match up power core wise. All right, now to build a jet ski. All right, so the cool thing, now that these are actually centered like this, we can actually use this seat. The big challenge is gonna be buoyancy. Oh, these are 12.5 kilograms each. Oh, okay, we're gonna need some help. All right, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna build a jet ski? So that's kind of big. These are like on either side. Then this isn't gonna be a jet ski. This is gonna be a dinghy. What can we use for buoyancy? This is the smallest buoyancy we have right here. But there's no way, I can't even attach more than one of these. See, that's not even attached. Unless I go up here. I think this is gonna be the biggest thing, is trying to make it small. But that's not even attached back here either. This is not attached. All right, we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna move this back by a block. And I'm just gonna add these in here. All right, and look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Nailed it. Jet ski. How do we float in this? How are we going to make this float? Because I wanted it to be like this scale. This is kind of, like the front. I guess jet skis are kind of wide. We would have maybe this much on the sides. Okay, this actually might Something like this could potentially work. Oh, I don't like the hitboxes of these. Just feel a little bit too big. I feel like it should honestly be a one block central hitbox. It's weird that the propellers on these get a hitbox on the blades, and yet these propellers, they don't get a hitbox on the blades. You know what? You know what is kind of crazy? This has a bigger hitbox than this. At least in one dimension. Yeah, I think this should definitely be, if this is a 2x2 hitbox, this should be a 1x1 hitbox right in the middle. Just throwing it out there. Just you know, logically, if we're gonna be consistent, I mean, look at this one. Look at this hitbox. Definitely smaller. So if we're gonna go with a scale like this, we could then potentially use these. All right, I'm slowly getting somewhere. Let's check the buoyancy on this thing right now. Hey, we're going up. I am definitely I'm gonna use gyros just for control. Like the gyros are gonna essentially be our like body mechanics. So that will help with stability too. Right now though, our center of thrust is not great. These, I guess, could just go down by a block. Yeah, that's also not great. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll have them be up for now, and as we add more potential weight, I don't know, that could be a thing. Now, shaping the hull is gonna be a challenge. Oh. I mean, this is wider though. Oh, should we build it based off of this? Because honestly, this would be the best bottom of a jet ski. But are these buoyant? Let's find out. They're not buoyant, which is a problem. Kind of wish we had like a thin but buoyant piece. I mean, I know that pipe pieces are, but that's not what I mean. I mean like a shield block, but buoyant. Because even if I want to do, like, the jet skis don't have a lot of, like, they're just empty in the hull. So like this should be buoyant if I was gonna build it based off of that. Honestly, this is looking way better back here. I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. Oh, this is turning into something. Speaking of turning, one really inconvenient thing about choosing a odd width is all of my turning gyros and everything are, where am I gonna put them? I'm using every single space for aesthetic. I guess we can fit them underneath here. Let's see. All right, the shape is starting to come together here. How's our flotation feeling like? Not too bad. Okay, that's still a problem. I don't actually have any pitch control right now. Oh, cool. It does kind of fit in there. I kind of guess my seats can be more here. Oh, yeah, we're on to something here. Woo! Oh, this thing feels great right now, actually. Oh, yeah, I just got to increase some of my gyro strength. This is actually looking pretty good. I think this is looking pretty good. All right, I gave this thing a bit of a paint job. I increased my gyro strength. So we can do this. Very realistic. All right, and it definitely helps us. Ooh, 116 kilometers an hour. Okay, I think... Do I want... I was wondering, like, do I want it to lean into the turns more? But I don't think that'll actually work out very well. Whoa! All right, you know what? It's almost time to turn on waves. Like, I'm wondering, do I have an auto stabilizer for my roll? I don't know. I don't even know if I could fit it, to be honest. I might be able to fit it somewhere in here. I have to, like, take it apart a bit. Wait, do I have a gap in there? Oh, I have a gap in there, it looks like. Yeah, look at that. That affects my speed. What is it? What speed do I go without the gap? I was at 116 before. And now I'm at like 120. I might actually be able to put one right in here. So now, when I push this back, there we go. It's actually pretty well hidden in there. Do we have any air gaps inside? I don't believe so. All right, now I kind of want to do logic so that I can like corkscrew without the gyro stabilizer taking over, which means when I press any roll button, it should disable the gyro stabilizer. So now I gotta fit logic in. All right, solved it. So now this AND gate, this AND gate is hooked up to the gyro so that when I press it, you can see I'm free to roll. And when I release it, the gyro will come back on. And I can just stick this right there. I don't like my paint job anymore. I think it's close, but I chose the positioning poorly. I'm realizing I also want the gyro to not be active when I'm doing any, like, flipping. Pretty much turning is when I want it to be on. But flipping, no, because then if I'm like this, like when I'm trying to do backflips but I'm at like a weird angle, it tries to correct me, which I don't like. I'm honestly surprised at how good this thing feels so far. All right, I actually want another one of these gyros for roll, but this is going to be at a lower strength, and it is actually going to be also for steering, and this is going to be my leaning gyro. So now when I turn, once I make it strong enough, 5. Okay, yeah, see? Now when I turn, I also lean, but that's a little bit too much lean. It makes me go into the water a little bit. That is a downside to having leaning. Because I also have my gyro for yaw. So when I lean and yaw, it actually dips my nose down. So leaning might actually not be worth it. Yeah, it's not good. Well, never mind about that. All right, man, we need a little bit more weight options because I added a weight block up in the front. You can see the effect it has. Now, it actually makes my driving way more stable and way less bouncy, but it's a little bit too much. Like, I wish we had like a 20 kilogram and like a 15 kilogram because, I don't know, maybe I can find something that'll fit, but it's the perfect size for where I want to put it. But is there something this big that'll weigh like 15 to 20? See, this is only 9. This is 5. Like, I need something heavier that takes up a small amount of space. Oh, here we go. 15. I think this is technically the same amount of space. Ooh, there we go. Let me make sure this does not have any controls. Just random thruster in the vehicle. All right, looking more even there. That's actually not bad. This is feeling pretty good. I think we're ready. We might be ready for some big old waves now. All right, let's turn on. Let's start with like calm waves just to get a vibe of how this thing feels. Okay, maybe the extra weight was not a great idea. I don't know. This is actually feeling pretty cool. This actually isn't too bad. This is actually pretty fun already. You know what? The big waves are just, I'm just going to be bouncing all over the place. Yeah, we'll have to experiment with more and less weight. Because the more weight keeps me more stable, but I also sink more when I land. All right, let's turn on intense waves now. All right, here we are. Oh my goodness. I can't even get out, like, all right, let's just stay on the surface for a bit. See what it feels like. Just chilling. Yeah, we might have too much. We might have too much weight. I sit in a weird position with the bigger waves. How do I sit with no waves? Yeah, I guess I am a little low, aren't I? Okay, I guess we'll go with buoyancy instead. All right, the only thing with this is like then when I go, actually it's not bad. I was gonna say it just wheelies me a lot more, but no, this This does feel way more realistic when I hit the water, actually. No, I was on the wrong track with weight. It's good now. I think this is perfect. All right, it's time. It's time to do some stunts. All right, high waves or intense waves are on. This is just, it's overwhelming. Like, it's just visually overwhelming. I feel like we can't even realistically plan out a route. This is actually really fun, though. Oh, yeah, it's so much better with less weight. Like, it's because it actually stays on the surface when we land. Oh. For the most part, unless we land like that. The waves are so disorienting, though. It's, like, too much. Oh, that's a good one. I want to get, like, a really satisfying landing where I go off of a jump of a wave and land perfectly on the downslope of another wave. I think that would be really fun. Whoa. Yeah, there's no downslopes here. I just keep landing in the middle of stuff. All right, hold on. It's really disorienting because, like, they're not static jumps, you know? They're moving jumps. So you think they're in one spot, but then they're not. Oh, nope. Not quite. Man, I'm not getting, like, in a good position right now to catch a good wave. The tough part is staying on the water. Whoa. Oh, man, you know, I'm realizing, I don't know if the pattern of the waves is conducive to landing smoothly. I feel like if we catch a wave, we're never going to come back down on it. It's going to go bye-bye while we're in the air because it's moving, you know? Oh, that was kind of satisfying right there, though. I'm trying to, like, chase the waves now, but they're actually moving really fast. I wonder if I can preempt, like, do, like, an early jump or something and try to land where a wave is coming. Where? How do I time this? Over here? Yeah. No. No. Yeah, see, when I go up, and now it's way over there. And I'm just landing in the I don't know what the valley of the wave. Oh. It doesn't quite hit the same as when you do it on land. Just because it's not solid land, you know? You just go through it no matter what. Corkscrew, but we can still do all kinds of stunts. Oh, there we go. Oh, actually, that was not bad. You know, if we keep messing around. Whoa. Oh, we're kind of doing things. I think I just got to stop trying and just let the waves take me. We're kind of getting into some interesting dynamics. That actually wasn't a bad landing either. This is epic, though. This actually came out so much better than I expected visually, like aesthetically. Oh, there we go. We kind of landed on the down slope there. It's hard to see. Hard to know what angle is going to actually keep me above the water. Whoa, these waves are like coming up underneath me as I'm in the air. All right, I'm going to go back to calm waves. I feel like intense might be a little bit intense. A little bit too intense. All right, maybe calm waves. Oh, calm waves, there's a chance. You see that? I caught like one wave going up. There's just, it's more of like a readable pattern rather than just chaos. You think I could jump? Yeah, see, now there's like, it's rolling waves now. Before it was just all like standing waves. Oh, that is so cool, but I'm not quite hitting the next wave. Oh. Yeah, these waves are much more jump-like. All right, but I'm having a lot of trouble kind of ramping up to it. Let's see here. Oh, man, they're too far apart. Wait, I want to ride the wave, actually. Oh, there it is. We're riding the wave. This is actually so cool. All right, I'm going to ride up to the next wave. Oh, we already got the next wave, apparently. Yeah, see, this is the downside with having the more weight, is I just keep bouncing off the surface. Yeah. Ah, it's the worst landing. That was a good landing, but I just came from underwater. Oh. I'm honestly just having a lot of fun just pulling off stunts and jumping around with the jet ski. It is a bit more fun to drive on flat land, kinda. I mean, flat water. This is definitely not land. All right, let's drive out to the ocean and catch a jump. Okay, here's the first jump. I'm not even trying to like jump with it right now. I'm just letting the buoyancy kind of take me. And this is feeling pretty natural. Corkscrew. There we go. All right, now we catch the wave, start riding with it a little bit. All right, I mean, I feel like challenge accomplished. We made a jet ski. It seems to drive pretty well. It looks way better than I even thought I could make it look, especially at the scale. And you can do all kinds of stunts. You can do backflips. You can do corkscrews, and you can do 360s, all kinds of stuff. I might even upload this one to the workshop because I actually think it's pretty user-friendly and it looks pretty cool. So if you guys have any more fun suggestions you'd like to see happen in Trailmakers, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.